Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to another Marvel Character Talk video. Today we're going to look at 1961 Silver Age Strange Tales, Stan Lee, and we've got Kirby and Ayers, and I think there's a Ditko story in here too. So forth. Let's look at this cover. 10 center. Usually they put it there and there. This is 86. For reference, I believe it was issue 101 that the Torch started to have a feature in this. This one is, Will the World Ever Let Me Forget? Forget that it was I who created Mechano. Look at how cool this guy looks. So this is part of the Marvel Monsters, the sci-fi, the fantasy stories that they were doing. There's the Kirby and Ayers. Jack Kirby draw and Dick Ayers inking. Let's take a look here. There's down there. So July 61. In a few more months, by November of 61, cover date, the Fantastic Four would be out. And this was on sale about 3 months before this. So what is that? April, May, June, July. John Kennedy was in the president's office. I created Mechano. There's the Kirby and Ayers signature there. I think this is one of the longer stories. Sometimes there's short and then they have another story besides the two others. Sometimes there's like 4 and then there's the text pages. So we've got this unusual looking Kirby characters, this kid, and there's this older man with the mustache. I haven't read this one yet. I've been getting more and more of the older ones. And you see from the cover he's sort of a tannish brown orange, but inside he's blue. They did that a lot with the monsters and so forth. They even did it with like the Scarlet Witch, was green on the cover in the first couple appearances instead of red. There's one of the text pages. Yeah, this is a 2-parter here with the chapters. They did that on the early Fantastic Four with part 2, part 3, part 4. This will just be a 2-part one. That's page 7. So these have a total of 25 pages of content, and the rest are ad. And so it's going to have 23 pages of artwork story, and then 2 pages of that text type of story that they had in these early ones. Always love the way Kirby does a Thompson submachine gun. So what's coming along here? We got a spaceship. And look at these guys. Look at the helmets on them. Sometimes later on in the Marvel Universe magazine they put out in the 80s, they had an appendix to all the alien races, and they included all these alien races that were introduced in these Silver Age fantasy stories that they had. So he helps defeat the invasion and so forth. And so it worked out. 13 pager. Let's see. Well, like I said, 2 pages of text, and then here's the Ditko story. See, there's the Ditko. Sometimes the guys look a little bit like a Peter Parker or not. These were always fun, the Stan Lee. Ditko Stories 5-page fantasies. Georgie's Globe. Let's see, there's the second half of the text story. And let's see what they've got here. Oh, yeah, instead of having like Don Heck extra story or something, I believe this is, looks like Kirby's artwork to me. Got another group of space travelers. Hard to open, get that space between the pages open. There we go. A lot of verbiage in here. Look at how many words just from a distance. Filling in a lot of information here. Look at this little guy. With a meek. Look at that close up. That's pretty cool. The floating heads there. Always beware of meeks bearing gifts. Now, like I said, unusual. So it was Kirby and Ditko instead of having some of the other artists along with like Don Heck and so forth. This one's loose. It's loose. Hold on. Let's see if I can close it. Hold on. Let's look at the back. If it wasn't loose like this, it was not in too bad a shape. I have a lot less. This is probably a 3.0 or something. But very cool. I love that cover. So it was a look through a Silver Age monster, in this case a robot, and we got some aliens in there, some Ditko and some Kirby cover. Until next time, more Marvel character talk. Thanks for watching.